English translation Human Being. You are a Creational Wesen by Billy. Edward Albert Meier.
Human being. It is of enormous importance for you to comprehend and also to effectively understand that you do not have to be unhappy and unsatisfied, and indeed also not if, as a child and young one, you have suffered from the wrong educational whims of your parents and others educating you. You must finally comprehend and understand that you are a creational wesen of your own accord. Consequently, you create in yourself everything that is given to you in regard to happiness and satisfaction, as well as unhappiness and unsatisfaction. But in your childhood and youth, you have reacted in the wrong wise to all the statements and the modes of behavior of your parents, by creating wrong thoughts and, from them, creating feelings which are just as wrong, which have exerted a very massive negative influence on your life conduct and the leading of your life, which you have also carried into your adulthood and which burden you today. Human being, female or male, as a child and young one, you have thought completely differently to the adults who perhaps often beat you or otherwise hounded you, whereby you have certainly thought that something is not right with you and is not in order. However, in any case, the fact is that you viewed and considered the life at that time from a completely different perspective than you do today. That which your parents or other educators said to you in your childhood and youth has at any rate exerted a lasting effect on you, whereby you have created an impaired self-image. You have thereby indeed assumed that you had probably deserved to be beaten and treated in an objectionable form because you believed that something is not in order with you. Thus, you probably believed that you had been evil, lazy, and naughty, and so forth. In this wise, you thereby began early on to torment yourself and to beat yourself and condemn yourself internally with many kinds of thoughts of self-accusation. That all carried over into your adult life because you made the purpose in your life out of it. Consequently, it is not surprising that today you live in a kaput inner world and you torture yourself in a thought-feeling, psyche-based form and are therefore unhappy and unsatisfied, whereby you also lack inner peace as well as the inner freedom and harmony. But you also radiate this self-destructive mode of behavior outwardly, which leads to you attracting fellow human beings who are impaired in their self-image the same way you are. And so, as you were wrongly treated and beaten in your childhood and youth, and have created a personal behavior from it, because you were not able to defend yourself against it, you behave this way also in your adult life towards yourself as well as, under certain circumstances, also towards your fellow human beings, because you think it all to be normal. Human being, regardless of how old you are and whether you are female or male, it is of great importance for you to gradually comprehend that you yourself are a creational Wesen, and you must respond to that which everything new and the future bring you, which is of the good, best, and positive. You must direct your attentiveness to your own thoughts and feelings, and to those thoughts and feelings adapted to that which is new, and exert a massive influence on your current and future life yourself. That means that you no longer afflict the greatest harm on yourself, rather you free yourself from that, and no longer are your own victim of your wrong world of thoughts and feelings. Therefore you must set aside your victim consciousness, which you already acquired in the early childhood and in the youth, because, in your upbringing, you had been wrongly treated. All of the wrong convictions built up and nurtured by you over the years, which since then have poisonously molded away in you, have developed to a great power in you. But now, human being, you must bring it to an end and prove yourself as an active former and creator of yourself and bring your positive life to fruition. That means that you must make an effort for it and must undertake everything conceivably necessary for that, because without your own effort, nothing will progress and it will bring no success. Therefore, you must let all the disappointments, injuries, wounds, and rejections, which have affected you in your childhood and in the course of your existence, be the past. You must free yourself from these memories and consciously heal yourself from them, and indeed, by forgetting them, by creating new thoughts and feelings and new guidelines in regard to a clear certainty and your life, whereby from now on you lead everything into the best, good, and positive forms and values. But you must consciously do that yourself, because you must heal yourself from all that which burdened you until now and makes your life unworthy of living, because the whole thing does not heal on its own, also not by time uselessly passing, and it also does not heal automatically. It only heals when you yourself consciously make an effort for that, and you take all conceivably possible time for it, because only when you use this in the right frame, and you use it making an effort yourself in order to overcome something evil, negative, bad, and of the past or present, are wounds, which have been made, healed. The time itself is not able to heal anything, contrary to what is said in a foolish proverb, because the human being himself or herself must basically do that himself or herself through healthy, good, and positive thoughts and feelings. Therefore, he or she must put in order and govern his or her world of thoughts and feelings, which naturally needs time, but time itself heals effectively nothing at all, because truthfully, it only enables the human being to inwardly suppress everything that burdens him or her and which hurts him or her in a thought-feeling, psyche-based form. But the suppression further molders away deep down and causes its negative and painful effects to break through again and again, whereby also corresponding conscious or unconscious memories call forth tormenting thoughts and feeling impulsations, whereby the joy of life, the gladness, the cheerfulness, and the whole quality of life is poisoned. Therefore, you, human being, must simply let your own past be the past, and namely by turning yourself to everything new and to the present and future. You must finally clear your own world of thoughts and feelings and turn to the present in order to lead yourself and all your impulsations of a consciousness, thoughts, feelings, psyche, based kind into a good future which is peaceful for you. And it is never too late for you to be able to be a happy and satisfied human being from now on, and, besides, you have it in your own power to create your own happiness and satisfaction, if you only use your creational inner self to form these values in yourself and to let them become reality to the degree that they become your everyday permanent state. The fact, namely, is that even the unhappiest, most unsatisfactory and most painful things of the past, which have established themselves in you as impulsations of a memory, consciousness, thoughts, feelings, psyche-based kind, change because the new impulsations transform into peace, joy, happiness, and satisfaction. This, namely, is the case when you achieve new and valuable cognitions and a clear understanding through new and valuable goods of the consciousness, thoughts, feelings, psyche, and thereby also a forgiving occurs concerning all that which has affected you in the past in regard to that which is evil, negative, bad, and unpleasant, as well as unhappy and unsatisfied, and has embedded itself deep in your inner nature and has made you unhappy and unsatisfied. From now on, as a clear-thinking and rational human being, you must endeavor to turn to completely new things and make peace with yourself, so that, as a creational Wesen, you become joyous, happy, and satisfied, and you turn yourself powerfully to the effective and true reality of life. As a normal human being, you must no longer worry about the past, and you do not have to drag it around through your life anymore like a heavy burden on your shoulders and no longer embitter your entire life. You must become recognizing in regard to everything new that is offered you by the environment, the fellow human beings, and the life itself. You must turn to everything new with love and rationality and experience. Learn and understand from it that you thereby free yourself from all the evil, negative, bad, and terrible things from your past, and thereby come into the present and really begin to live happy and satisfied in the here and now. But thereby it must be clear to you that only then can you reconcile with yourself and with all that which burdens your thoughts and feelings, your psyche and your memory, with all the terrible recollections. But when you turn to the new and eradicate everything terrible from the past which had befallen you, then you feel as if you have been born a second time, because then a new consciousness awakens in you with new and peaceful, good and positive thoughts of being happy and satisfied, as also feelings of the same kind come forth from that and lift up the psyche. And if this happens, then it becomes clear, unambiguous, and you become conscious that you yourself are a creational Wesen, and that all your personal efforts actually had a sense, and that now your life has become good, happy, and satisfied, if you have finished with the past and let it be and rest as the effective past.
Simyase, Silver Star Center, the 18th of December 2014, 2334, HRS Billy.